Okay, everybody, this is the last lesson, which should take a week. And it's going to be on the hot press or the real smooth paper. You can do 2 or 3 11 by 15s if you want, or you can stretch yourself and do 1 15 by 22. One piece, the remaining 11 by 15, should be used for experiments. So it's going to be 2 processes. One is wet on wet, and wet on smooth paper reacts very differently than on textured paper because there's no place for the paint to hook into and absorb. There's no gullies like in the cold press and rough. So it really runs and does things that you can't quite control. So I did one like this. I just left some white, but you can try lots of different things and let them drip up or let it lay flat and just see what it does. Don't go too dark because on top of it you're going to do these flowers. And there's another catch. You're going to use the flowers doing a flat brush, or if you have more than one, flat brushes. Only flat brushes. For the background, you can use a big moppy brush, a round brush, to let it flow. Otherwise, you'll get some stripes, even on the wet water. So a moppy brush for the wash, and then switch over to these. So this is one way of keeping the painting from getting realistic. So everything that you did last week has changed. Now, and the nice thing about the hot press is the paint dries quickly. So you can go over and get these glazes, which I mean layering, real quickly. So I put down the purple, and then like 2 minutes later it was dry, and I just put the yellow in, and it went over the purple and created some interesting effects. And all up in here, and all using this flat brush. Actually, I was using the 1-inch flat brush. So this one didn't turn out very well because my background was a bit too dark and busy. So it's not about realism. It's about getting a loose background to show you what the hot press will do, and then to use a flat brush and do some glazing or layering to see what that's all about. And so I'll show you quickly here. I'm going to start in with the irises. So I'm going to mix a blue and a phthalo and whatever I have out. I think I have some permanent rose. And I'm just going to kind of guess. It's down towards the bottom. And then there's one up here. Then there's one up here. And the color is going to change because it's on yellow. So it's making a little brown. And then there's some up here as well. So if you don't like the brownie tone, you can leave some white areas or do a different color. And then I'm going to come back with my my pinky color, and I'm going to put stuff in here. Later when it's dry, I will come back with some dark color to make the center of these. I don't know, are they zinnias? I can't quite tell. Zinnias or, oh gosh, what's that other one? I'm at a loss. And I would go with a darker red in the middle, which I don't really have. And then come back with a a yellow. Now, since my background is yellow, I might decide to do more of an orange rose. Putting in some orange here and orange here. And I'm going to make those little baby's breath. I guess that's what it is. I'm going to also make those orange down in here, and then they're in here as well. A little bit up in here. Oops, running out of paint. And then there's a little bit over in here. And then I'll come back with my greens. And I might have to wait a little bit because I don't want them to run, but I don't want to keep the video going. So I'm going to paint anyway. See how I got a nice glaze there? That's easier on this kind of paper than on the toothy stuff. What's down at the bottom? Okay, now I'm going to come back in and just put some, using the side of my brush, some stems, whatever. Oh, there's some in here. When it dries, I might want to go back maybe to the left because I'm right-handed, so all of my strokes were this way. So I might want to come back and make some things more this way to kind of balance it out. And then in the end, I'll come back in. I'm going to pretend that these are dry, and I'll put the, boy, I guess I need more coffee. I can't think of anything today. And some dark areas that I see. And that's really it. You can fine tune it a little bit if you want, but don't go to a smaller brush. Use this brush. It's easy to do because you can use an edge. And you'll see what the glazing can do. It's like tissue paper almost. So it gives you another tool in your toolbox. A lot of people never get a chance to use this paper. This used to be the paper in the 1800s. If you look at old watercolors from England and France, they use this kind of paper. And you'll see that if you go like this, and I know some of you have used this, but if you go like this, when you lift up, you get a little drop of paint there. That's because it has nowhere to go. So when you look at old watercolors, if you see that, you know it's on smooth paper. So this is it. You can send me what you're doing during the week so I can take a look and see if you're doing it correctly. And this will be the final painting that'll be critiqued and put in a PDF file a week from today. Okay, happy painting.